All right, folks, welcome back to the Be the Bright podcast presented by Ridge Supply. My name is Matt Hawkins. I'm the owner of Ridge Supply. I'm here with Jordan Spoon and our special guest, Sawna, who is out in LA. I messed her name up in the previous episode, but we got it now. And Sawna's an Arsenal member this year. She's
brand new.
She's in the fresh class. And Jordan, do you have
Matt and I were actually talking before you got on here with us. I didn't realize you weren't a part of Arsenal until this year when you applied. And I remember saying something to him. I thought you already were part of Arsenal. And I think Matt may even actually have your application of what you wrote when you applied this year.
Yeah. Yeah, don't worry. You shouldn't be embarrassed. You crushed it.
Knock that out, and then I'll ask my questions.
All right. So this is what she wrote. She first of all she said Matt !
In all caps too. Right?
In all caps. It says, "I live and breathe Ridge Supply. From the tallest mountain peaks to city running, RS is with me no matter what. I love what you've created with the brand and how kick-ass everyone is. It's a collection of awesome people doing incredible things. I may have never filled out an application, but I've always felt part of the family. I genuinely love the brand and would love to support it no matter what." I mean, we couldn't not select you.
And I think I had missed it the last year. I missed the email or something the last year.
Yeah.
And I think that's probably why.
Okay. Yeah. Well, because when we were talking, like I said, I already thought you were a part of Arsenal, and you even said it yourself in your application that you already felt like you were a part of the family. So what made you actually apply for Arsenal as opposed to just kind of still being a part of the family?
Well, Matt had given me like a login for the Arsenal separate shop, and I really am interested at some point in ordering one of the kits. And you can only pre-order the special Arsenal kit on the website, on the Arsenal side.
Yeah.
But my login wasn't working. And so I was like, well, maybe they update it every year. And I'm not actually part of it. So I wanted to make sure that I was official. So when I do invest in a new kit, I want it to be the colorful Ridge Supply.
Well, as of 2020, it's official.
Yeah. Which is so awesome. I mean, it's a secret club, I guess, right? But it's not secret at all. And we get so many applications for it, but we also don't. I try not to encourage people to sign up, because if it's not for everybody or doesn't fit in with other affiliations or whatever. But we're glad to have you. Can you tell me a little bit about Choose Mountains? Because I'm not really. I feel like some of you all are behind it or something, right?
Yeah. So Tiare, who is part of the Salomon group, she was in the photo I think you had seen, and she does have Ridge Supply socks.
Yeah.
She is
Vincent, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. She's based out of Seattle, and many moons ago she started Choose Mountains, which is a company. It's just positive outlooks, be outside, stuff like that. She started it. So I always try to tag them, and I'm part of their I've been an ambassador for a few years,
right?
And so I always try to give them a little shout out.
Yeah, cool. I just wasn't sure. It seemed like maybe she was behind it, and I don't know her personally or yet or anything, so I thought maybe you could help. I love Salomon's shoes, and I've got a little pro deal with them. I'm not gonna lie, I love it. And it's good stuff. But why is it that they have captured that market that you all are doing? Because I think what you're doing and how you're the kind of running you guys do.
They definitely have it.
Yeah, it's super unique. What about Salomon makes them towards that genre?
I think Salomon it kind of grew up around mountains, whether it be skiing or snowboarding or running. The idea for running was initially in the mountains. It wasn't really road running. It was like, how does this company gear more towards mountain enthusiasts? And so when they had their ambassadorships, it kind of just grabbed all the fun.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say all, because there's so many great mountain enthusiasts that run for different companies. But the thing that I love about their program, the marketing team has put together for their ambassador program, there's different levels. So you can be, you know, maybe a mid packer or the end of the pack and still be, you know, a Salomon pro ambassador or some tier of their ambassadors. It's the enthusiasm to be outside.
Yeah.
And they create this line that just is geared towards everything that I want to do.
Yeah.
I'm sure we see a lot of Solomon stuff between you and Michelle and all that, so I'm sure our feed gets filled up with it, but I by far see Solomon more than any other brand when it comes to that type of activity. So that probably explains why, because you get a little bit of everybody that can get in and join it.
Yeah, absolutely. They gear not only just to, sure, they sponsor really fast, incredible mountain runners, but they also want to cater towards the back of the pack and the middle of the pack. You know, you see their running packs on, you know, 90% of the runners out there.
Yeah.
They're durable and they last, and they're just designed perfectly.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say perfectly, but really well.
You're working on it. No, I love this stuff. I don't use it the same way you do, but I've been so pleasantly surprised with the durability of it and the way that you can. I have like I got a couple different pairs, but I think I have maybe it's the Speed Cross that are just like burly, you know, like it's like a tractor, a shoe, and I love that. But I wanted to ask, I didn't start the timer again. I'm getting sloppy. Man.
I think we're good.
We got to go off a feel.
We're about 8 minutes in, 9 minutes in.
So I was out in Colorado last year, and I was in the San Juans, and we were riding, and we were up into the high 12s up to 13,000 feet. And what I don't understand about what you do, and it seems you got to explain it to me, is it's got to take you so long to get up to, say, a 14er or something, right? Like, and how do you get there? Like, how do you run or hike, run, speed run? Like, how does that work? Is it part walking, part running? I mean,
I think it all depends.
Yeah.
I have also been to the San Juans. I usually spend my summers there for Camp Hard Rock, and the last 2 years it's been canceled or postponed.
Yeah.
But the idea is you need to adapt to the elevation, and if I were to do a 14er on my first day, it would take me significantly more time to do it that first day than, say, if I do it like 2 weeks later. Or, I mean, I wouldn't wait that long, but, you know, breathing, sleeping at 10,000 feet and exercising at 10,000 plus feet every day, you get better and better. So it really depends on the trail and how long it is, or say if you drive up and you do Handies, which is a 14er right outside of Silverton, and it's depending on where you start, it's a short climb, so you could jog some of it, or hike. I think it's like, it might be like 5 miles to the top versus
short,
if you do Mount Whitney. If you do Mount Whitney, it's 11 miles to the top or 10 miles to the top. So that trail, Mount Whitney, you can, depending on your fitness level, you generally jog most of it because it's so well maintained.
Right.
So
you've been, where have you, you've like been to Peru and Costa Rica and all that. Where have you run? Tell us where you've.
A lot of places. I started working for a guiding company, and not this year, obviously, because of COVID, but I started guiding in Costa Rica and in Peru, and I did one in Squamish, and that kind of just opened my eyes to different running spots. I would always have a few days before or a few days after where I can go on my own runs, and being able to travel in Costa Rica, I signed up for the Coastal Challenge, which was a 6-day stage race. I saw a lot of Costa Rica I would have never seen if I didn't sign up for that race. I ran a lot of Peru, mostly within Cusco area. Canada, I did a 120-mile mountain race outside of
just
Vancouver.
casually,
just 120.
Yep, no big deal.
I'm pretty sure I died a few times and was like reborn.
In the first 5 miles,
yeah, it was actually a really smoky August. I think they've changed it now since then. It was in August, and it was always the time of fires, and it was almost canceled that day, and we had to sign a waiver saying that we're putting our life at risk, and I couldn't breathe. And at mile 10, I'm like, I feel like I've been at mile 60. Just because the smoke affects you so badly. Last year, because last year I was able to run in Switzerland and travel and do like some hut to hut runs, which was incredible.
That's awesome.
I think that's about it. Other than that,
that's it. No big deal. Well,
Mexico, yeah.
It's really cool. Like, it's inspiring too, because I know it takes planning and time, and it's not easy to be out there by yourself. And do you guys use do you have some sort of tracking or anything like that? If it's just two of you, what's your like evac plan if you break your ankle or something?
I did buy a spot device, but I haven't actually activated it yet. But that's my idea, like just in case. A lot of the stuff that we've done in the past, like doing 14ers here in California, there are we know where spots are that have service. So if one of us were to get injured, we have like go-to spots. But yeah, I do plan on updating my spot device just in case, because when I'm in Peru, I'm running by myself.
Right.
And in that case, I have my phone on at all times, just in case. And I have, with Peru, I pay like a taxi person to wait. So I say if by a certain time, if I'm not back, you need to contact these people.
Right.
Yeah.
Out on the limb a little bit, but that's okay. I mean, I'm not like a junior safety guy. I was just wondering, I'm like, because some of the stuff's pretty remote, and I'm sure people get injured, or twist an ankle or something. But I know
I do way too often.
We got to be sitting on 15 minutes.
I know we've gone over, so you know what? We're just gonna keep rolling, and I'm gonna actually edit this sucker for the first time. Yep, and we'll just cut it up. It's fine. So tell us a little bit about Juniper, because
that seems to be the real star.
Yeah, I mean, how do you find a dog like that, and how do you train it to do what she does?
Juniper. Oh, look, hi. She is a rescue. They found her on the side of the 101 when she was a puppy. And at the time, I was broke. I was living in Hollywood, which I just recently moved from. But I was just trying to survive on my own. But I felt like there was something missing. Like I saw this dog that my friend was fostering, and I said, "Oh, you need some help? I can walk her. I can do all these things." And at the time, I was running. My friend would go out of town a lot, and he had this big, I don't know, it's like a Chilean bear dog. It's like a big mountain dog, and we would go running all the time. I would take him into the mountains, and he was such a cool dog. And I was like, I want a dog just like this. And so my friend posted on Instagram that she was fostering this dog that was left on the side of the freeway. And it was just love at first sight. This dog that had like crazy zoomies. Her name that they had given her was Wild Thing.
Sounds good.
She is a wild thing. And so it was like love at first sight. And I lived in an apartment, so my friend had to vouch for me because I was adopting this high energy dog and into a tiny little apartment.
Right.
But I took her on hikes almost daily when she got up to the age and started just running her because she was so crazy.
Right.
She was wild.
Yeah, you're like that. You're like that person that the dog owners are like, you know, if this dog's going to be high energy, you're going to need to run with it, and everyone's always like, yeah, I like to run. I like to run. They don't really like to run, but you do. So that's probably
It was perfect.
Perfect match.
Yeah.
And at the time I had just started working for a dog running business in LA. So I would go out to these homes that were, whether they'd be doctors or producers or people that have really long hours in LA, but they really want huskies or they really want these.
So there's legit businesses you can go run with the dog. Oh my gosh.
There were sometimes I had to walk with the dog, which was a little bit more frustrating. And I had eventually, after a few years when Juniper was young, I had to leave the company only because I'd be running these 3-4 dogs a day, and I'm running each dog at least 4 miles. And by the time I get home, Juniper's like, okay, I'm ready, let's go. And I'd be like, I'm too tired, I can't do it.
You're ready for Olympic trials.
So she just came on all my adventures, and she has a little bit of separation anxiety. So she's pretty good off leash, unless she sees a squirrel.
Yeah, right.
I think, okay. But she just kind of learned. She's like very trail aware. So if there's a mountain bike coming, she's like, I'm off the side of the trail.
Right.
That's awesome.
You know, I don't chase bikes unless I'm on the bike. She has a really good trail etiquette. And she runs between me and my boyfriend. And usually she'll tag us both because she's just far ahead of me. She just.
Do you guys? You mentioned your boyfriend. Is it Eamon?
Eamon.
Okay. So when you all run, do you always have like a format? I mean, is there a certain distance that you run apart? Like, I know if I run with my wife, if I get close to her, you know, she's just like wants to kill me. So we got to have a little bit of separation, you know?
Yeah.
How does that work?
I actually really enjoy running with him, but he is a lot faster than I am. So if I'm in really good shape, I can keep up. But normally I'm coming back from an injury or something and I'm struggling. And I don't like running next to him because I know I'm holding him back. Yeah. And that just makes me more upset. And so he'll offer to run behind me. And I'm like, no, you run ahead. But sometimes I do like, when I'm not injured, I do like running with him for the most part. And he kind of gives Juniper a little bit more exercise.
Yeah. Well, first of all, give him a thumbs up from us because his photography skills are incredible. Yeah. You never even tag him as the photographer either, but I know that you couldn't have taken that picture by yourself from that far away. Yeah.
He used to not have an Instagram. So I have to get on Instagram. And now his photos are, if not more beautiful than mine.
Yeah, there we go. Now, you're taking his too, right? Though in theory, right? Okay, good.
Absolutely.
That works out good. Well, we just really appreciate your time, and I know that there's more to be unpacked on what it is that we're gonna do with the running game. I have no idea what I'm doing. I do like running as a sport and as an activity. I just personally don't do it anymore. And that makes it kind of strange for me to sort of try to push the running market. But then there's this huge amount of people that want us to do more things. And so I look forward to finding out what those things are and trying to bring those things to market, you know. Michelle's
well,
been,
I think
go
you're
ahead.
doing a great job. I think you're doing a great job.
Oh, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I do think that there's this, you know, I stumbled into it, but there's this positive vibes and having fun attitude that we try to embody. And it's not cycling specific, you know, running, cycling, just being outdoors, being in the San Juans, those kind of things. Like that's just, once you experience that, we've talked about it enough with Jordan now. I'm sure he's probably just going to get on a plane and
Yeah, I
go
was
out
going to
there.
say, I'm just going to start sending Matt selfies one day. This is 2 days in a row I've had to hear about the San Juans.
It's a destination, and you won't want to come home.
Yeah. We actually, when we were there last year, we really looked into buying something in Silverton and splitting it amongst a couple different of the groups that were there, so we would like own something and have a place to go. And it's a little bit more expensive than we had thought.
Silverton, Durango, Telluride, it's all very expensive.
Yeah, but gorgeous, worth the trip.
Absolutely.
Well, thank you for your time, and we will definitely. I'm going to try to edit this bad boy now because I got to see what I can do. We went way over the 15 minutes, and maybe we could just keep it all together. We'll see if we can't get around it. But
all right.
We appreciate it, and we look forward to what is this going to be? Episode. This is episode 32.
Yeah,
maybe
32.
More. And we appreciate it, and you all have a good day.